Hello everyone, xHedra here bringing you episode 87 of Forever Stranded, a mod pack by Gaming with Sheridan. So the last episode was the first time lapse and we did a lot of cleanup to try and get rid of as much lag as possible. So took out here the small furnace setup and set up some more clay and soul sand creation because these are free anyway. Downstairs the big change though. Downstairs I took out Dirt Farm 3.0 and 2.0. My research keeps saying that they do cause a little bit of lag even though they're not working because the system's trying to figure out if it's doing something or not. I also finished taking out all of the sieving setup and cleaning up all of the floor, and I took out all of the drawers with the lapis, the gold, the diamond, and everything. One of the reasons I did that is I was ending up with some lapis in the compacting drawer and some lapis in the AE2 system, and I wasn't seeing the total count. So what I did is I import everything in the AE2 system, but I set up these two things where I export all of the diamond and all of the lapis into these two compacting drawers, and I re-import back the block of diamond and the block of lapis. So basically what I end up doing is that I'm automatically transforming all of the diamond into diamond block. So see, I have 13k diamond block, and I'm transforming all of the lapis into block also. That has a bonus, but it also has a disadvantage. So the thing I wanted to do right now first is do a quest review. So in the last episode, for the diamond, we were at 7,891, and we're now at 13,000. I don't know if I can get a better count mousing over here. So I'm at 13,289, so I'm around 60-ish%. I'm going to get the exact count, and I'm going to put it in the description below. Now for the lapis, in the last episode, we were at 23,000, and now we're at 39,000. And don't forget, guys, if you look at the quest for the lapis, I already have 10,000 submitted. So 39 plus 11,000, we're at 40. So we're 40% of the way there. So we're catching up to the diamond quest. We're going to go quickly to the city just to look at the Under the Sand quest because that one, it's not wrong one. That one is not visible from the A2 system. And when I say it's not visible from the E2 system, I want to say yet. And the reason I say yet is that I'd like to connect it this episode. So this is the sandstone setup, and the sandstone is at 405,000. Last episode it was at 235, so we're at 40%. So this is going very well, especially with the setup where everything gets automatically transformed. And we don't need the storage anymore. So let's just remove that out of the way. I don't want to keep anything set up that I don't need anymore. Perfect. Let's get back to base and talk about the next point. One of the things that I discovered that was really sad is the diamond setup. I completely forgot to repair the pickaxe that was in here and it broke. So we were no longer making diamonds. So I created another pickaxe with Unbreaking 10, Efficiency 5, and Fortune 3. But see, this is still full of diamond blocks. So let's look at diamond block. And we still have 40k. And 40k divided multiplied by 2 is 80k. Divided by 9 is around another 10,000. Yeah, I think... Wait, that makes no sense. Do I math well with mathematics? So 40k times 2, because we're at least getting 2 with the magic, means 80k, and we need 9 per, so let's divide by 10, so that's 80. The diamond quest is finish-ish? Oh my god, I think the diamond quest is finished. And now if I look at lapis... 39k, so lapis I'm not close. If that's really the case, it means I need to switch all of the void ore miner to be lapis. So when I finish recording the part where I talk, I usually pause before I start recording the time lapse. I'll do the math, and if that's the case, you'll see me take out all of these void ore miner and bring them in the city. Well, I'll show you. Also, I was tired of running out of mica, so I decided to import everything in the AE2 system. And if you look in here, I added so many more drive. This is like 1064K drive and another 1064K drive. So am I afraid of running out of 40K drive? No, not at all. The other thing that I'm kind of worried about, and I don't know if I derped or not, is if I look at my gold content 6022, I broke these and put them all in the AE2 system. And then I decided to import these in the AE2 system. And if you look, I had 20,000 iron here and a couple thousand gold here, and now I have nothing. So it feels to me that when I imported them, I lost them. But the reason I'm not 100% sure is that my nether star was at 89,000 and it's still at 89,000. So I broke the connection to make sure I would stop importing everything. And I think I'm okay. I'm just not 100% sure. But my point is to break all these also and put it in the AE2 system. Also, these I discovered were no longer doing anything because they were no longer powered. So I ended up repowering it just to get more liquid XP. And if you look in here, I have 218 level to add to my 476. So I think that reviews everything that I did. I'm just taking a look around to make sure. Oh, yeah, okay. The other thing I did is I derped on this so much because I based it on an episode that I linked from Duncan Webb where you see that he has these linked. What I didn't know is the following. All of the interfaces that he used the block type interface, whereas I use these type of interface. So this is storage bus. I'm going to grab it because it's important. I use these type of interface. The problem with these type of interface is that you can't double connect to it. What I mean by that is if I put a storage bus right here, is this a storage bus? Yeah, I'm going to need an anchor because I don't want to force connect a cable. Anchor, not in here. And one other thing I want to do in this episode is clean up my bags so that there's like a clear separation what each bags are for. So let me grab some cable anchor so I don't connect this here. Do that and set up this right here. So now, guys, if you look at this, I have an ME interface, and the ME interface has the 64 piston. And to me, if this ME interface was connected to my system, when I did that here and I searched for piston, it meant that I would find those 64 piston. Let me remove all of the piston. And you see, I'm already crafting another 60. Because the piston that are kept in here, well, they're not really seen by the system until there's an ME storage bus in here. So that's why I need to make sure to keep as many, to set those up with this connection. The other thing that I want to experiment with is the following. I don't know for sure, but if I connect the interface with one cable and I put an ME interface with another cable, that still leaves me with 4 surface. And I think that I can put 1 molecular assembler per surface, which means that when I'm asking to craft piston and I want to test that, I think that instead of using only 1 molecular assembler to make piston, it's going to use all of the 4 molecular assembler and make the piston 4 times faster. So like I said, I'm still not sure of that, but I have a inkling good enough that I think that I want to try it. So what's the last thing that I want to talk about? Yeah, I wanted to show you one thing. As you see, there's 4 here. The first one right here is the lapis setup. This one right here is the sandstone setup. This one right here is a sieving setup. So let's go to the sieving setup. And it's funny because just as I was about to record this, I got a comment from Jimmy Ashby, where he was asking why the sieving setup. And I have to admit, guilty pleasure. Sieving setups is something that I love doing. I love doing great sieving setup. So there's one small thing I want to do about the sieving setup. I'm going to leave it alone, I swear, because to be fair, the sieving setup at this point, it really doesn't bring anything much. It really doesn't matter. The material it's bringing is minimal. So here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to quickly take these out. Boom, boom, boom. And this is something, like you end up forgetting things. You try something, it doesn't work, but you made a mistake, and then you don't spend too much time reviewing it. And it's one of the things I love about making a series and having viewers is that you people think of so many other things that I don't think of or I don't remember. So what I want to do is this. I'm going to set this into extract just for one moment. Oh, no, not in out, extract. And I'm going to remove this. So now I'm going to put a compacted drawer. I'm going to throw back the sand in here just a little bit. And I'm going to get to a crafting table upstairs. And I completely forgot this, and it's so dumb. I put sand in, and I got sandstone. But now that I have one compressed sand, if I come down here, and I put one compressed sand in here, okay, let me try that again. If I come here and put compressed sand in it, it now recognizes that it can craft compressed sand, I think? No? Ooh, that actually doesn't work. I honestly thought from my understanding that this would work. And it's not making compressed sand from the sand. I thought by making that by putting compressed sand in here, it would lock it to creating compressed sand. Unless this is the wrong type of compressed sand. Okay, so let me just do one last thing. Super crafting frame. Oh, I have so many of these. Let's grab one. Oh, they're already programmed with something. Okay, let's just make one. It's so easy to make. And I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to shift left click. And I'm going to put 9 sand in here. And the beauty of the super crafting frame is I don't want the X compressum. Let's try the extra utility compressed sand. And if I come in here, see, now it's making sandstone. So that's what I really don't want. So let's set it to extract. Let's extract all of the sand from here. Oh, wow. There was a lot of sand in here. Okay, and now let's put this compressed sand. Ah, perfect. So it's really a question of what type of compressed sand. So, see, when I tried this, the one time that I did try, oh, not concealment key, the one time that I did try this, it probably was with the X compressum sand, which made it not work. So basically, now that I have this, I can lock this drawer, and now it's always only going to make this. If I extract all of, derp, now I have to uncraft that sand. What's the best way of doing that? Well, I know the best way of doing it, I just don't like it. Again, another super crafting frame. I'm going to put a super crafting frame here. Right click, and I'm going to say one of these into 9 of these. And then I'm going to shift right click with everything that I have until I'm done putting this back into sand. Wow. This makes a lot of sand. And easily just throw it all back in here. Which means, let's be fair, I'm doing something really dumb. Let me break this. Let me break it right here where it's going to be much easier. Now I can mask click this, mask click that, and I can come in here and continue exporting all of this. Oh my god, this is probably going to take forever. So I'm going to do that in my time lapse, but technically this way I'm going to be able to retransform the sand back into normal compressed sand. Wow, so much sand. Let me just get rid of that shot of sand. I shouldn't have gotten this much. Perfect. So I'll continue that on my own time. But now I'm going to extract this compressed sand in here. And because now I have a very weird setup, I'm going to make sure that I only extract the compressed sand, not the double compressed sand. Because I don't want the double compressed sand. So once this would be empty, this would go in, and all of this would work. And now everything's so maxed out, though it really doesn't matter. So by the time this empties, we're going to be so done. So done that this might even be the way that we get the sand for our system. So let me, for the sand quest that we derped and broke. So let's set that to insert. Let's leave here. Let's go downstairs. The next step I wanted to show, for each of these sieving chests, I put a trash can and I prioritize to void things that I don't need anymore. So from the dust sieving, I'm grabbing the charged Sturgis quartz and redstone and glowstone. From this, I'm only grabbing what gives me dilithium to be able to travel to other planet. From this here, I'm only grabbing lapis and diamond and emerald, but already it's going to run out of place because this is full, because this is full, because this is not keeping up with the Joneses. So this is, it's right now, I would need to add a lot more of these to balance it, but I don't think I want to waste more time on it. And finally, my foundry setup is also probably stuck. Yeah, this is, oh no, this is still not full. But I'm really proud of the setup. It's something that I love doing and making better, and I have place to improve it. Like I could even connect the food to fill this with food from a farm and stuff like that. But like I said, not probably going to waste a lot of time on that unless I'm waiting. Last thing I wanted to show you before I go into the time lapse is the fourth eye right here. Which brings me here, which brings me to my new setup for void ore miners. And I totally, completely screwed up. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How large are these things? 11. So did I derp? Yes, completely. Because basically, if I had, I'm just going to set one up to show you, if I had put this right here as a void ore miner, this would be one more away that way and one more away that way, and instead of having 9, I would have 11. So I could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 void ore miner. And I'm probably, even though it's a waste of time, I'm probably going to remove all the void ore miner there and put it here, because this would look like a freaking alien machine that seems to be boring into the ground to grab the material. One of the reason I also want to move them is I want to grab the material directly from it. So part of my plan, and no, I don't have time for you, Spider, so screw you, I'm moving away. So one of my plan is to do a small change here. Let's go to the tech city. I love this room. I love my power room. What I want to do is these are connected to either the void ore miners, or this one, void ore miner also, or the wood mob farm. And they have the capacity to receive and send material. So I basically want to set these all to receive the material that I want and have them all import in my AE2 system, which is why I set so many drawers. And once everything's in my AE2 system, then I can just simply have an export for voiding somewhere where I would void all of the material that I don't want to have and that I don't care about. But basically everything would be brought into the AE2 system instead of using all of those chests, and then I can get rid of this. So that's also something I wanted to set up. I kind of lied. I did say that's all I wanted to show you, but there's 2 more things. Here, the nether rack sieving setup, which is empty. Why is it empty? Oh, because it finally caught up and it's breaking up the nether gravel faster. I set it to import in the AE2 system, okay? And I also did some more singularities because, and I want to break it now that I have this one. I don't intend of making more, so I just want to take that setup away so that it stops creating lag. These cobblestone generator also unfortunately create a little bit of lag. And now I have 4 singularities, so I can make more quantum bridge, which I'm probably going to do to bring to the city because I love them. I love the quantum bridge, and I'm probably going to set up 1 or 2 more. And the second thing I wanted to show you, let's come downstairs, this. And this, thank you, Duncan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I completely forgot. The powered spawner as a capture mode. That gives you soul vial. and I'm going to wait for a second one, even though this takes a little time, because it's not in a good power place. It wasn't set up in a good power location. But here's what it's going to give me. It's going to give me another Enderman in a soul vial and a stack. Why? Because this machine always gives you an Enderman with the exact same metadata. So I can finally have a recipe where, remember here where I had to dick around and say that one soul vial would give you one ender crystal would give you a vibrant crystal or whatever, and had to put them in here? I won't have to do that anymore. It'll be able to come in here and put a soul vial in here first, because by putting a soul vial in here, it's going to give me an Enderman in a soul vial, which is then going to bring it to this machine and is going to create me an ender crystal. Don't really need to automate it, but as part of my time lapse, one of the reasons of doing the time lapse is having pleasure doing things my way. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to use a time lapse to make the most ultimate setup that I can, that I love. So I'm going to have some great setup, and hopefully you're going to, one, be inspired from those setup, and two, maybe start sending me pictures. I don't know how to set it up, but I'd like to set up a site or something somewhere so that you guys are following around can post pictures of your build. And what I'd like to do is feature some of your builds in my episode and have an episode saying, look at this setup from Jimmy Ashby, or look at that setup from Crater 8, or look at that setup from Lady, oh, I was going to say Lady Torian, but I mean Wendy Churchill, because I've seen some amazing builds. You guys, you spend more time playing this and you make amazing build, and I want to be able to share it with other people because it's so inspiring. Like, I thought I was doing great Minecraft build, but, well, no, I didn't know. I don't mean to say I was making great, but I was making build that I found were really amazing and fun. But you guys make things that are amazing and are incredible to see. So I want to share it with the rest of my viewers. So guys, I'm going to get into my time lapse. I'm going to continue making setups, cleanup, arranging stuff, and my gut feeling right now is that in 2 or 3 episodes from now with time lapse, we're going to be done with the series, and I will have done all of the quests and also changed my base layout and setup in a way that I absolutely love it. And in the meantime, I've started Galactic Science doing my research on how to do a better setup. That's what I love. I wanted my series to be, this is how, one of the best way I've found of starting Galactic Science, so that I can go through all of the quests. And Galactic Science is the same issue as Forever Stranded. It has the same issue where at the end when you're making Stargate material, the Nakoda, it's a long time. So probably the last 7 or 8 episodes of that series will be time lapse. But I will always start the next series while the previous series in its time lapse mode. So that's why look for Galactic Science coming up really soon. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of the comments, all of the idea, all of the support. Whenever I heard YouTubers saying my community is amazing and you guys are amazing, I'm like, he's trying to sell the series. But let's be fair, I'm not trying to become a full-time YouTuber. I don't think I'll ever get to 100,000 subscribers. I do this because it was a project with my son to begin with, and now I do it because I just love the community, and that's what you guys are to me. So I hope I continue having a great community like you guys, and that's why I want to make the picture and build share site, because I want it to be more of a community. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.